Honorable, please
be guided.
Down because it is not the right thing to do.
Yes. To know that I also have the right.
Honorable,
Yes, we do.
please,
It seems as if there's a strong conspiracy against Nnamdi Kanu case. You won't believe what just happened. Honorable Obiagu Ocha, representing Abia State, tried to raise Nnamdi Kanu's health condition, but before he could even finish, the speaker shut him down instantly and stepped down the motion. This looks like a serious cover-up, and people are not keeping quiet anymore.
Honorable Obiagu Ocha, I represent the great people, Mr. Speaker, of Ikuano, Umaya North and Umaya South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm an Abia man. Mr. Speaker, I rise on Order 6, Rule 2. Matters of privilege.
what do you want to go ahead?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. I wish to draw the attention of Mr. Speaker and the House that on the 26th of August 2025, I wrote a letter to Mr. Speaker, the House of Representatives, as well as a letter to the Attorney General of the Federation and a letter to Mr. President, urging for the urgent intervention request in the deteriorating health conditions of my constituent, Nnamdi Kanu. Up until today, Mr. Speaker, I have yet to receive any response from Mr. Speaker, from Mr. President, and from the Attorney General, despite the deteriorating health of Nnamdi Kanu, whom has been evaluated by his own team of doctors and came up with a report which was attached to the letter that was submitted to Mr. Speaker and to the President and as well to the Attorney General. Second evaluation has been conducted by the Nigerian Medical Association, and the results even further confirms the deteriorating health of Nnamdi Kanu, that he has organ deficiencies, low potassium, and that he is, as we speak, on the verge of death. Mr. Speaker, at the instruction of the court instructed in 8 days for the Nigerian Medical Association to also do their own assessment. So there are 3 reports now, Mr. Speaker, all leading to the same direction. I quote the judge. The judge says, "It's only a man who is alive and living can stand trial." Mr. Speaker, this is not politics or any other thing, but it is a fundamental human right that should be ascribed to Nnamdi Kanu. Most other people in that gap have been given opportunities to even travel overseas to seek medical attention. Nnamdi Kanu is neither convicted of any crimes in Nigeria and must be protected under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, Mr. Speaker, a lot of progress have been made in order to see that the government does the right thing to be able to afford Nnamdi Kanu the urgent treatment that he needs. It's significant, Mr. Speaker, if otherwise.
My dear honorable colleague.
Yes, sir.
I do not see where your privilege is conflicted here.
I have not received a letter that I wrote to the Speaker. I'm a member of the House, and my office deserves a response, whether it's positive or not. But as a member, and the letters were received by your office on the 27th of August, right here.
Is the letter you wrote to Mr. Speaker's office just a notification?
Not a notification,
sir. For a certain action to be taken?
Yes, we requested for a certain action, which was to intervene in the medical condition of Nnamdi Kanu, whom is now, his health condition is deteriorating.
If it is something specific to the office of the Speaker, Honorable, I find it a little bit intriguing that you will come by way of a privilege to demand action to be taken.
Mr. Speaker, the letter was written.
The Speaker that you have direct
Mr. Speaker, the letter was written since August 26th.
You have direct, unfettered, Honorable,
yes, sir,
unfettered access to my office. This is not the kind of thing that I would expect that would come by way of privilege.
It is a matter of privilege.
If it is something beyond you, from the outside, but if it is something that is a letter written to my office, you know, a phone call from you, a visit to my office can solve the problem. So I don't think if...
Mr. Speaker, I've been to your office, Mr. Speaker.
So you mean you have explored all
Mr.
options and opportunities. You couldn't see me except here.
I've come to your office, Mr. Speaker. We just resumed today.
I don't think
We just resumed today, Mr. Speaker. And it's very important, Mr. Speaker.
Please, Honorable, please
be guided.
step it down because it is not the right thing to do.
Yes.
Please, I beg you, step it down.
Please be guided, Mr. Speaker. Please be guided, Mr. Speaker. It's a matter of life and death.
Please,
Please be guided.
I am trying to tell you the procedure. This is not right. Step it down and see me if you want any action concerning any letter you have written to me. You don't need to go by way of this.
The House rules, excuse me, sir. The House rules allows me the latitude to bring an issue of privilege to this House and to the attention of Mr. Speaker. And it is important, Mr. Speaker, that this House
only when your
takes
privilege is compromised
the issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
that you can bring it up. And I thought that particular position is talking in respect of instances where the issues is beyond your control. But this is not what a letter from you to from yourself to me.
Yes, sir. The
When
letter
you
is
have,
here.
as a member,
Mr. Speaker.
direct access to come to my office and seek for explanation.
Mr. Speaker,
why?
I've been
Why
to
do you
your
have to
office.
go through this?
I've been to your office to seek
over-arguing with the speaker. Please.
Excuse me, sir. Can you read the order book, Rule 6 and Subsection 2, to know that I also have the right?
Order book,
Yes, you do.
please, you are ruled out of order. You are ruled out of order. You can sit down, please.
I have to. You are ruled out of order, please. Listen to the government.
Mr. Speaker.
Listen to the government, please.
Mr. Speaker.
What do you think? Is there really a conspiracy here? Like, share and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Please be seated. Thank you. Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, here ably represented by the former governor of Ebonyi State, former Senator and Minister of Works, distinguished Senator Omahe David Mweze, CON. The Deputy Speaker, Federal House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Carlo, CFR. Speaker, Abia State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Emmanuel Ihuoma Emerowa. Let me use you to reach out to every other person here this evening. For want of time, I would like to lean on the well-established protocol. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I've titled my speech, Rebuilding Destiny. Aba, Enyimba City, has in the last 100 years evolved from a mere physical address to a symbol of resilient spirit and the entrepreneurial energy of our people. Aba's story, its triumphs and setbacks mirror what has become the defining character of this great community over the last century. The warriors, pathfinders, and go-getters who live here have seen the full spectrum of human emotions. Joy, indifference, and despair are no strangers here. However, what sets the residents of this city apart is the wisdom to successfully navigate the events of each day without losing enthusiasm. The philosophy that everything has its season has strengthened our people with the grit and stamina to remain steadfast in their love for Enyimba city. We have seen Aba on his knees, and now we are seeing it rise like the mythical phoenix. Today's event, beyond the joy of new rose, is the celebration of the resilient spirit of the city. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to joyfully welcome to the Enyimba city and to Abia, God's own state, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. I would like to specially thank Mr. President for the honor of his presence at this epoch-making event. I'm glad that our dear state is playing host to the leader of our great country on a day like this, when we gather in celebration as one people, sharing a common destiny. Mr. President, permit me to announce that what we are witnessing today is a revival of the energy and buoyancy that once made Aba the favored destination for millions of destiny seekers. Our overarching agenda today is to announce to the world that this city, once in ruins, is now back and ready to roar again. I would like to thank the federal government for its extensive support in the restoration of Aba's advantage as a commercial and industrial city, especially with the ongoing reconstruction and rehabilitation of long-abandoned federal highways passing through and leading into the city. It is to the eternal credit of the present federal administration that Aba now welcomes hundreds of thousands of customers from each week from Port Harcourt and other parts of Rivers State, following the reconstruction of parts of the Aba-Port Harcourt Expressway from Aloji. Businesses in Aba are also experiencing a surge in patronage from our brothers and sisters in Ekore Beni, Uyo, Calabar, and other parts of Akwa Ibom and Cross River States, who now access the city with little hassle following the rehabilitation of the Aba-Ekore Beni Federal Highway. The miracle of Aba's restoration points us to the gains of collaboration among different levels of government and reminds us that the post-election politics need not be an obstruction to governance. Permit me, Mr. President, to specially appreciate the Honorable Minister of Works, who himself is representing you here today, for the committed efforts of the ministry to improve the state of federal highways across the country in accordance with your development vision. May I also appreciate you, Mr. President, for your interest in matters of importance to the social and economic development of Abia. Our success in the war against insecurity could not have happened without the express support of Mr. President and his team. Abia remains relatively safe, largely on account of the extensive support we get from the federal security agencies. Our partnership with Abuja has contributed in part to the new season of joy and warmth in Enyimba city, and it is only fitting that the President is here in our midst to celebrate Aba's renaissance on this special day. Permit me, Mr. President, to also thank you for the opportunity you have graciously offered our sons and daughters to serve in important positions in federal ministries, departments, and agencies. Earlier on today, we had the Honorable Minister of State in charge of labor, employment, and productivity join us here from Abuja. She is a daughter of this state whom we are very proud of. We thank the President for her appointment and several other appointments like this. I'm hopeful that Abia will continue to enjoy the goodwill and support of the federal government as we work to address the socio-economic challenges facing our people. I will also have to acknowledge that the President's reforms and economic repositioning agenda, as tough as it has been on many of us, have also freed up resources for development initiatives and programs in the states. We are impressed with the improvements we are already seeing on major economic indicators. But again, it is also has to be acknowledged that the road ahead is still a long one. If, however, we stay the course faithfully, I believe we shall all smile in due time. So the point we are raising here is that the removal of petroleum subsidy, which yours truly has campaigned over and over again in my fortnightly column at the back page of this day, and of course the harmonization of the foreign exchange rate, which have freed resources to invest in people and infrastructure, is well received. And we believe that the economy is turning around, interest rates are going down, inflation rate is going down, and even the exchange rates are heading south. And we believe that in due course, if we do not waver, that this economy will recover and stabilize. Mr. President, you started with the reopening of the Michael Obara Auditorium Umuahia, which was closed down for a comprehensive repair work shortly after this government came on board in 2023. We turned the auditorium into a state-of-the-art modern auditorium with all the required facilities to serve our people. I have no doubt that this facility will serve our people for a very long time to come, particularly with the maintenance system we have already put in place. Mr. President, the roads you have commissioned across the city today are indicative of the scale of our ambitions in the Aba Rebuilding and Restoration Project. Tokenism will no longer cut it. We are focused on projects that would have multiplier effects on the economic space, create jobs and establish new frontiers for prosperity. Port Harcourt Road, a major hub for heavy-duty generators and machine parts, was built in the early 80s by the Sambakwe administration of old Imo State to support the alternative energy needs of the firms, households, and individuals in the nearby oil city of Port Harcourt. The construction of the road proved to be an excellent idea as machine tools dealers, engineering technicians, retailers, and artisans readily found the new layout to be conducive for their business activities. As expected, several household and commercial entities in Port Harcourt soon came to rely on Aba for their generator parts, machine tools, and service needs. By the mid-1990s, however, things began to deteriorate as inadequate maintenance and the explosion in traffic began to take its toll on the road. The road will eventually collapse in the late 2000s, following decades of neglect. While campaigning ahead of the 2023 election, we made a firm promise that if elected, we shall prioritize the holistic reconstruction of Port Harcourt Road. We went a step further to promise that we shall invite bids from the most reputable names in the industry to lead the reconstruction effort. In October 2023, we flagged off the project and announced Julius Beja as the contractor. I'm glad that the construction giant did not only acquit themselves creditably as expected, they also delivered ahead of the agreed timeline. Today, 2 years after, we have the President and Commander-in-Chief and other leaders joining us to celebrate the fulfillment of a central campaign promise. Our joy is boundless, and for millions of people who live in this city, this day shall remain evergreen in our memory. Port Harcourt Road, which at a point mirrored Aba's regrettable decline, has now returned triumphantly to its place in destiny. I would like to heartily thank the Honorable Commissioner for Works in the State, Engineer Don Otumcheroti, and his team for steadfast supervision and rigorous quality control measures. Your Excellency, the 7 other road projects you equally commissioned and formally opened for public use: Ohanku Road, Ndoki Road, Ajiwe Road, Umuatako Road, Gabriel Nwosu Road, Nkoro Road, and People's Road, are also of great economic and social importance to the rhythm of Aba, supporting the livelihood of hundreds of thousands of families within the larger Aba metropolitan corridor and beyond. It is projected that the economic impact of these roads could see the value of Aba's gross domestic product rise significantly in the medium to long term. I have no doubt that over the next 12 months, the volume of trade between Aba and other business capitals in the country will double, and we shall see more containers departing the shores of Nigeria with made in Aba products. This city, as the president is aware, is big on fabrics and clothing, shoes, bags, and other leather products. It is also a firm grip on the regional market for plastics, metal fabrication, semi-processed agro-commodities, and more. To support the entrepreneurial ingenuity of our people, we set up an export growth lab in July this year to boost the appeal of our products in foreign markets. My pledge is that we shall continue to deploy the entire machinery of government to support the business of our people, providing every support needed to make our products competitive. The Roads Commission today and scores of others completed before now shall provide the critical leverage to those seeking to build or expand their enterprise dreams. As you may have read, Mr. President, Abawi which hitherto had a reputation of filth, has emerged as one of the cleanest urban destinations in Nigeria. We are greening strategic centers around the city to align with our urban renewal outlook, to make room for the influx of new residents and businesses into the city. We have streamlined the process of land acquisition and development, cutting down the structural and bureaucratic bottlenecks that previously frustrated developers. Our CFO in 30 days policy has boosted confidence in the system, with local and international developers moving in to take advantage of the boom in the real estate market. May I also inform you, Mr. President, that our esteemed guests that in the next 18 months, our partnership with Radisson Blu will transform the Enyimba Hotel into a 5-star hospitality outfit with an international convention center. And of course, bordered by a leisure and entertainment park handled by Landmark. And every enterprise and cultural ecosystem within it is rising, and echo is already reverberating in the markets around the West and Central Africa. Let me, as I begin to conclude, Mr. President, thank our leaders for honoring us with your esteemed presence. I'm glad to inform that this August gathering, that we are making concerted efforts to improve the economic outlook of our state and the entire region by investing extensively in roads, health, education, ICT, and power infrastructure, following recent liberalization of the electricity market. I would like to, on behalf of other Southeast and South-South governors, invite the committed support of the federal government to the development of a functional rail network to traverse the Southeast and South-South region, from Calabar to Enugu, with stations in all the major agricultural and commercial towns along the corridor. A functional rail line will not only improve inter-regional trade, it will also cause an uptick in employment, improve factor utilization, investment inflow, and more fundamentally, reduce migration pressure in the urban metropolis outside the regions. I would also like to request, Mr. President, that you use your good offices to explore how the seaports closest to businesses in these regions can be optimized to drive the export of goods from here. And I'm glad that the Deputy Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives has mentioned the issue of seaports. And Abia is ready. We are already doing our feasibility study at Obuako, and we believe that with all the approvals, we will be able to build a seaport in Abia State. Having all the seaports around here running at optimal capacity will boost business performance by cutting down costs, improve living standards, and inevitably boost public sector revenue. Lastly, Mr. President, the Southeast region has enormous natural gas deposits that are largely undeveloped. Natural gas has become critical in the new global energy order. It will be to our national advantage to develop these proven reserves in ways that pose no threat to the national ecosystem. The federal government, I can promise, shall get all the required support from the governors to develop this valuable asset and other mineral resources buried between our soil. Let me quickly respond to some of the comments, particularly the one made by distinguished Senator Ejinaya Baribe Magandibo. Thank you for joining us and for making the request for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I can assure you that I am engaging with Mr. President, and he is favorably disposed to it. And I'm sure that in no distant future, Nnamdi Kanu will regain his freedom. I also want to respond to some of the comments about partnership with Mr. President. It is important to note that Mr. President and I have been friends for decades. And I know this president, whatever he wants to do, he will tell you. If he will not do it, he will tell you. And having made promises, I'm sure he will keep his promises. I want to also say that for Abia, we are partnering very closely. And sometimes people don't understand what opposition means. When you are part of a government, either at the national or subnational, you are part of that government. Political parties, particularly in Nigeria, are relevant for elections. They are platforms to contest elections. But by the time elections are over, political parties take the back seat and governance takes the front seat. So it does not pay for anyone to put himself in a position where he will constitute an opposition, because you can't be opposing yourself. Every discussion about the economy happens at the National Economic Council, where every governor is represented. Whatever I don't agree, I say it on the floor. But if the majority carries the day, we have to go and defend what we have decided. That is how governance works. Governance doesn't work by dissonance. Governance doesn't work by people hurling stones and abusing people. Even the Bible records that power belongs to God. And anytime you take a position against those in authority, God will not be happy with you. Having said that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank Mr. President for not canceling this program, in spite of the fact that some other engagements, which his representative will talk to you about shortly, happened in the last 24 to 48 hours. He had authorized that we should go ahead, and he sent no less a person than the Minister of Works, who understand what routes mean, because majority of the things that we commission today are routes. And we are very happy with Mr. President for sending our brother to represent him. We pray that his reign will be peaceful, and we pray that he will enjoy the blessings of the Lord. Finally, I would like to join everyone to wish this country happy 65th independence anniversary. As you live here, my prayer is that God will take you back to your destination safely. Thank you.